It happens a very few times when a player comes to a club and completely transforms it and sets it up on a glorious new path. But things aren't always so easygoing. If a club does manage to get the player they wanted, then there could be problems of him fitting into that system or getting into the environment of the club or the lifestyle surrounding the club. Sometimes a player may feel out of place, they could feel underwhelmed or overwhelmed, which could affect their performance, and then everything goes down the drain. Similarly, in 1992, when Sir Alex Ferguson was on the lookout for a striker, the names for his scouting team were David Hurst from Sheffield Wednesday and Alan Shearer from Newcastle United. These were the names suggested to him whom they thought would fit the striker profile perfectly. But Sir Alex had another name in mind, whom he had heard from his defenders Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister. The defensive duo had expressed their troubles when they were up against their rival Leeds United forward. That forward was physical, he could get into spaces which could get him goals or create chances for his team. He was a player who would not give the ball easily and who was a nightmare for defenders because of his huge mountain of a physique and couldn't be out-muscled. With Leeds being Manchester United's heated rivals and the thought of them letting their star striker go to a team which looks to be on the cusp of winning titles and on the lookout for a final piece of the jigsaw which could make them world beaters and also weaken them and strengthening them looked like a transfer which wouldn't happen at all. But the persuasion and negotiation skills from the Manchester United chairman Martin Edwards made this impossible transfer come to life. They even lowered the price from 1.6 million euros to 1 million and get a player who would now change their fortunes forever. That player was Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona seamlessly settled into the Manchester United squad, which were in a very bad state then. They were 7th in the newly formed Premier League and it looked impossible for United to beat the likes of Blackburn Rovers, Norwich City and Aston Villa to win the trophy that year. But no one knew United signing Cantona would set in motion a 20 years of dominance in Premier League. United won the Premier League that year by a huge margin of 10 points, their first ever trophy in 26 years. Cantona not just changed the club's fortunes but also instilled a discipline and winning mentality in the team. On the training pitch, he started early and left after everyone had finished. This dedication, this work ethic of his rubbed onto his teammates and also to the young academy players like David Beckham, Gary and Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt, the famous class of 1992. United won their second title consecutively and everything looked going fine for United until in January 1995 when United were playing Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. He was already walking through the stands after being sent off for kicking a Palace defender. But it didn't end here. On his way to stands, Cantona saw a fan running down towards him and hurling abuses and suggesting him to go back to France. A already furious and angered Cantona summed up all the anger in him and in a kung fu style manner kicked the fan on his chest. This kick enraged everyone. He was given a 8-month ban from Premier League FA. He was stripped from the French national team captaincy and he was the target of media and trolls in England. This made him rethink about his stay in Manchester, but Sir Alex quickly took control of the situation and made him stay at the club. United missed out on winning 3 Prem titles on a row, but in the Cantona era they won 4 titles and it kick-started a whole new era of Manchester United dominance. But just after his departure, United won the historic treble in 1998-99. Cantona was once in a lifetime mercurial player, but he also brought additional baggage with him, the baggage of anger and temper issues. He once threw a shoe at his own teammate when he was in Marseille and a similar kung fu style kick when he was playing in the French league. A person who was never short of confidence and always wanted the best for him and his team. When he got bored of football in 1998, when he was just 31 years old, he retired from football to have stints in beach football and also in Hollywood. He did several movies in Hollywood and French cinema though. Cantona was never a person who felt the need to adjust nor settle down to his surroundings, and he always wanted his surroundings to adapt to himself, not the other way around. Because of his flamboyant and powerful stature, Manchester United fans gave him the name as King Eric because he is the true king of Manchester.